I won't stop till I hear him say,
Okay, what is going on, CYPRX advanced YouTubers? Welcome back to another CYPRX YouTube video breakdown. As always, if you're interested in learning about cryptocurrencies, commodities, indices, foreign exchange, please go ahead and consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. In today's video, guys and gals, we're going to go over a XRP trade that we are currently floating in. I'm going to do a live video breakdown. So as you guys can see, we are in the live market as of right now. We're looking for this price action to roll up into the London session highs, which roughly comes in at about 37.25 cents. Let's just say that. So I'll put on a psychological level for you guys, and I'll do a video recording later on in the New York session to see how this trade plays out. But I'm going to go over why we took this trade, why we placed this trade, and why we're looking and expecting for the market to come up into these highs here. So stick around for this video breakdown. Again, smash that thumbs up button if video breakdowns like this help you guys and gals out to understand price action a little bit better. So first, we're going to get why we were looking to enter in at this discounted price. And it comes in from tracking the past two different trading sessions. So here we can see from this Asia session to this Asia session, I'll go ahead and highlight those for you guys. Asia session to Asia session. This is an entire day's worth of price action, okay? And this is specifically where New York session purchased from, which comes in roughly at about 36. I'll just put on a psychological level because I'm not going to read the pipettes to you guys, okay? So we see here the psychological level 36700, and that is a significant area where the banking institutions during the previous New York session purchased from, okay? Now, when this price action rolled over to the next day's worth of trading, we can see what the market makers were attempting to do, okay? This Asia session liquidated any buy orders beneath these lows or over leveraged positions in the form of this trend line liquidity here. We can see a retail touch of a trend line, 1, 2, and 3. The market makers manipulated early buyers prior to the Asia session, and they came for that liquidity. Then we see that market maker pattern down here underneath of the previous area where banking institutions during New York session bought from. We see that low. We see the sweep of the low that leads to a fractal market break in structure and a higher low with a market continuation. And again, where the banking institutions during Asia session purchased from after liquidating the previous manipulated buy areas was roughly at around the same area where the banking institutions the previous day during New York session purchased from at roughly at around 36700. Coming into the next day's worth of trading, we see a new day here start where the market opens, and we see the same consistent pattern. They are pushing price beneath lows to take discounted buys. Asia session banking institutions took buys from, again, this psychological level 36700. So we have to understand that logically speaking, until this level breaks bearish, we are still respecting bullish order flow where the banking institutions, if they push price down into this psychological level, are going to seek to take buys. So now coming into this London session, again, we are on the 15-minute time frame, just analyzing what price action did during London session before it passed price over to New York. We can see that London session manipulated early buyers during their manipulation window. Again, we know that prior to every single session, there is a specific manipulation window, which again, we give those specific times to the CYPRX students here on YouTube. I just tell you guys that there is a general manipulation window, and hopefully you guys have picked up on that. However, we can see that they manipulated early buyers prior to their session. They came for those early buyers, and right before they passed price action over to New York, they placed buy positions at, again, that psychological level 36700. Now, retail traders will call this some form of support or some type of demand. However, we know that banking institutions are simply just seeking that this is a discounted price for them, okay? Now, whatever that discounted price comes in at via the banking institution psychological levels, we can clearly see that the banking institutions during New York are taking buys from this level. The banking institutions during Asia session are manipulating buys, liquidating those orders, and then taking buys from this level. And then we can see coming into the next trading day that Asia and London both bought from this area. So this is a 1 to 2.5 risk to reward ratio. Our stop loss is right beneath these lows. That roughly comes in right beneath the Asia session low here. where they bought price action from, and we are seeking for this market to simply just roll up into roughly around the 37200 psychological level to come and clear out any of the liquidity above the over leveraged sell position traders from London session during their manipulation window. So I will check back in with you guys here in maybe like an hour or two, or maybe towards the rest of New York session to see how this price action played out. One of the reasons, another confluences as to why I'm taking this trade. Okay, we know that the market is at a low right now. Okay, and so the banking institutions are more likely to sell from a high. So what does that mean? That means, okay, we can clearly see that there's still sell pressure on XRP from the highs of every single session, where the banking institutions are still pushing price up into highs and then taking sells. They did that for New York session. Same thing with Asia. They pushed price up into highs and then they took sells. Same thing rolling over into London. They manipulated price up into highs and then took sells. So we have two significant areas during London and Asia session where the banking institutions took sell positions from, here and here, which comes in roughly at around 37200 and above. And then we see the previous day's worth of price action where the New York session traders sold from this high, and that comes in roughly at around 37700 psychological level. So we know the banking institutions during this trading day, if they are going to take sell positions, most likely what they're going to do is they're going to take buy positions from previous days buy areas, which I've already shown you guys. They're going to push price up into these highs where we can seek to take profit, because we are then going to come into sensitive areas where this could be premium for the banking institutions to take sell positions. Now, again, I'm trading all this price action on my leveraged CYPRX account. This is not a buy and hold methodology. This is how I grow my crypto portfolio via my leveraged XRP and Bitcoin and Ethereum trading account. I utilize the broker CYPRX. I'm not an affiliate of them or anything like that. I don't have a link. You guys can go check them out. You can even open up a demo account and practice trading XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other cryptocurrency assets that they have. Utilizing this strategy, I will check back in with you guys. You guys have my bullish targets. You guys have the reasons as to why I entered into this trade. When we jump back in to check on price action later in during this session to see if these price targets have come into fruition, I will go down into the fractal nature of things, i.e. the 5 minute and the 1 minute, to check back and give you guys a more in-depth entry criteria as to why I entered into this specific psychological level on the 1 minute and 5 minute chart. Also, I'll see you guys in a couple of hours after this New York session plays out to see if our take profit comes in. Again, logically speaking, we know that if the banking institutions are going to sell during this trading session, they're going to sell from a high. Well, we can clearly see that they're operating from a low where banking institutions bought from previous days. So we're going to move in tandem with those banking institutions. Again, liquidating retail money. We have early sellers above these New York session traders. We have early sellers above these London session traders. And we also have a double top area where we can clearly see an M formation, i.e. retail resistance. We know that over leveraged traders are most likely selling from these highs, 1, 2, and 3. And the banking institutions are not going to leave that liquidity behind. If they are going to push price lower, they first must push price higher. So we are going to seek to capitalize on that initial market movement. Again, this is an intraday scalping position. So we're seeking to get in and out of the market once our take profits are hit. And we are only risking about 2% on this trade. I said, you guys, this is a 1.5 to risk to reward ratio. However, I am leveraged on this trade, so I am risking about 2% via how much my stop loss is in correlation to how much money I'm seeking to gain. So we will see how this trade plays out. Blessings to you guys. I'll check back in with you guys in a couple of hours. Okay, what is going on, CYPRX advanced YouTubers? What a phenomenal breakdown. As you guys heard, again, this is an update. We are in the live market on XRP USD. I had showed you guys in the previous video breakdown why it is that we were seeking to take profit. If you guys paid attention, I said to you guys specifically that we were going to seek to take profit after highs were violated and if price came up into London session highs. So we're going to go over the complete trade. This was a beautiful risk to reward ratio of a 1-to-1. Now, a lot of people will say, I need a 1-to-5, 1-to-3, 1-to-12. Order block traders are always trading that. But, I know many consistently profitable traders that are doing this on a 1-to-1, 1-to-2, or even 1-to-3 risk to reward basis. Just to show you guys that we put our money where our mouth is, I tried to show you guys the live market before price played out. Now you guys can see how my analysis was correct. We were attempting to get a rollover up into the London session highs, which you guys can clearly see. I said in the previous video, we're from these highs here and these highs right right here. And if you guys paid attention to what I said in the previous video, we were seeking to take profit once these highs get violated. As you can see, this high right here gets violated. And I said to you guys in the previous breakdown in the live market that we are going to be operating in an area of uncertainty or a sensitive area where the banking institutions during New York session are going to seek to take premium sell positions from where banking institutions during the previous session, Asia and London, sold from in these general vicinities, okay, here and here. And we can see that the banking institutions manipulated price. They created liquidity beneath lows. We capitalized on that fractal structure, putting the buy position in under the logic that the banking institutions are not going to sell from a low. They're going to buy from where they previously bought from, i.e. previous sessions, which I showed you in the previous video. And they're going to then push price up to give themselves the best premium that they possibly can to then take sell positions. Now, personally, people will say, you know, why didn't you capitalize on these sell positions? I personally am not a seller on XRP. I like to buy XRP price action on my leveraged account. That's just me personally. However, other people would have been able to take the sell position based off of a simple Fibonacci premium sell, right? So if we completely clear up all of these drawings real fast, it kind of takes away the certainty in the market that we've just established. But to show you guys again that we put our money where our mouth is, we are in the live market and you can see how the analysis played out ahead of time. I've shown you guys multiple times putting our analysis on the line that we know what it is that we're talking about here. I told you guys in the previous video that once we come up into these highs, we're going to be operating in a sensitive area where the banking institutions during New York could take sells from. We can see what the banks were doing. They were building liquidity above highs and beneath lows in order to manipulate the market in their favor. So we'll go ahead and we'll put on the manipulation box and we'll talk about this and why it is that we were seeking to trade in tandem with the bank and institutional manipulation. Well, we're looking for scalp positions here as CYPRX traders here trading on our leveraged accounts. And what we sought to do was move in tandem with the bank manipulation. We know that the banking institutions are not going to sell from a low. So what are they going to do? They're going to push price up into highs, i.e. where banking institutions previous days sold from, to take premium sell positions. You can see measuring from the London session highs, i.e. here and here, that the banking institutions during New York took premium sells, taking our Fibonacci from the high down to the low and extending that over. We can see that the banking institutions took sell positions in the form of premium from about 79%. Again, respecting the ideology that the banking institutions like to take sells and buys from this gold region, if you want to call it that. Okay, so this was our logic. My initial take profit area was the 37200 psychological level. However, I was able to identify that this high was violated, which I went over in the previous breakdown. And once this high was violated, I took partials off of this trade, moved my stops to break even to protect my capital. And you can see why that was. In the previous breakdown, I had mentioned to you guys some kind of analysis like this, where this could be premium for the banking institutions to take sells from. And that is exactly what happened. So let's see how this market kind of respects this analysis moving forward. If this is a discounted area from where banking institutions bought from the previous day during Asia session down here in this general vicinity, if these lows break, I will give you guys an update analysis coming into the weekend. Today is Thursday. We had some very significant price action today based off of the news that came out. There was a lot of fundamentals on the calendar for the United States dollar as well as the Great British Pound. So that definitely had an effect. We had unemployment claims come out. So that was significant. We also had the trade balance come out for the United States dollar. And just significantly enough, if you guys pay attention to the time, that came out roughly around 5:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Well, if we look at when the move happened and when I entered into the market, it was right after the news came out. So we were utilizing the news and the fundamental as a catalyst to place our trade. You can see here, this is when the news came out at 5:30 a.m. And this is exactly when the market makers manipulated price to take and attack early sellers from New York session, i.e. what are we doing here, guys and gals? We are attacking trendline liquidity. We see a touch here, a touch here, and a touch here. This is a triple touch of a trend line. The banking institutions sought to come and attack that liquidity, and then they took their premium sells, which is exactly what, again, we trade against here at CYPRX. Now we are out of the market. Our stops were hit. We took partials from this trade. Now we can sit back and relax and enjoy the fact that we just scalped the market profitably by simply doing a higher time frame analysis down into the fractal nature of things, being patient, understanding logic in the market. Again, guys and gals, if this video breakdown helped you all out, understand price action a little bit better, understand that I am putting my analysis on the line by making these videos for you guys because I could have been wrong, right? But showing you guys that I put my money where my mouth is, watch the previous video breakdown, go over the analysis that I was giving you guys and look at how now price action played out again in the live market. This is for all those individuals that say that all I do is hindsight test. I will start uploading video material like this at least once a month for you guys, to where I show you guys my actual trading positions, when I entered into the market, and then giving you guys a full evaluation of how the trade ended up the rest of the New York session. Smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Videos like this help you guys out. Again, the link is in the description down below for the CYPRX mentorship program. Blessings to you guys all. Don't be afraid to reach out to me via email if you guys have any questions moving forward. I would love to schedule a Zoom call with you all. Hop on a video chat, talk about your trading journey, talk about what to expect if you enroll in the CYPRX mentorship. As always, guys and gals, be cognizant, be aware. Blessings to you all. Enjoy your weekend. I have some video content dropping for you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video breakdown.
I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh.